Good day everyone, I'm your Mr. ATL and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we're going to solve rational inequality. So, ipapakita ko rito yung mga step kung ano yung mga dapat natin gawin sa pag-solve ng rational inequality. So, let's start. The given here is 2x over x plus 1 is greater or equal to positive 1. So, the first step, ito yung gagawin natin. So, gagawin nating monomial dito sa left side and 0 dito sa right side. But as you can see, it's already monomial, no? Pero ito ay hindi 0. So, ilipat natin to doon. 2x over x plus 1 minus 1 greater or equal to 0. Kasi nilipat na siya doon. Naging negative. So, 0 na siya, pero hindi naman siya monomial. Binomial siya. So, ang gagawin natin, we will combine them. Since subtraction yun, this is over 1, diba? Okay, get the LCD. That is x plus 1. X plus 1 divided by x plus 1 is 1. Then 1 times 2x is still 2x. Minus x plus 1 divided by 1, that is x plus 1. X plus 1 times 1 is still x plus 1. Greater or equal to 0. So, isimplify lang natin to. Multiply lang natin yan dito. So, ano mangyari? Ayun ay 2x negative x. Negative times positive is negative. Then negative times positive is still negative all over x plus 1 greater or equal to 0. So, iayos pa natin to. That will be 2x minus x is x minus 1 all over x plus 1 greater or equal to 0. So, kung titingnan nyo, isa na siya ngayong monomial at naka-0 na ang ating right member ng inequality. So, we can now proceed to the second step. Ano ulit yung second step? Okay. So, we will find the critical number and then plot them on a number line. For us to find the critical numbers, so, kuhanin natin yung numerator natin na x minus 1. At saka yung denominator natin na x plus 1. We will equate them to 0. And then we will solve for the x. Okay, so this is x equals 1. And this is x equals negative 1. Ito na ngayon yung mga critical numbers. Paano siya nasabing critical numbers? This particular expression will become 0 when x equals 1. So, kung isa-substitute mo yung 1 doon sa x, magiging 0 siya. Okay? So, kung isa-substitute mo naman ang x na negative 1, magiging undefined siya. Bakit undefined? Kasi kung ito ay negative 1, so magiging negative 1 minus 1 all over negative 1 plus 1. So, this is negative 2 over 0, and kapag ka 0 denominator, undefined siya, no? Ito yung value na makakapagbigay sa atin ng 0 doon sa expression na to, at undefined doon din sa expression na to kapag sinubstitute yung mga values nila. Okay? So, after natin makuha yung mga critical numbers, we will plot them on a number line. So, dito na lang natin i-plot. So, i-erase ko muna to. Tandaan nyo, 1 and negative 1 ang critical numbers. Okay, so sinulat ko lang yung kaninang inequality and then yung number line, nag-draw na ako. Ilolocate na natin ang mga critical numbers na 1 and negative 1. Okay, so the middle of this is 0. Positive 1 is on the right side. Negative 1 is on the left side. So, after plotting these critical numbers on a number line, okay, step number 3, we will divide the number line by regions, and then we will construct the table of signs. Titingnan nyo kung nasaan yung mga critical number. Kapag ka ang x mo ay negative 1, ito ay magiging undefined. Kapag ka ang x mo ay positive 1, magiging 0. Okay, maglagay tayo rito ng mga broken line sa mga critical numbers. So ito ang region 1, ito ang region 2, at ito ang region 3. So mag-construct na tayo ng table of signs. Okay, so ang nilalaman ng table natin, yung regions, tatlo yung regions natin, no? So ito yung region 1, yung region 2. Okay, so next natin, so dito kukuha tayo ng number na nasa region 1. Ito ang region 1. Ano-anong number ng nakapaloob dito? Okay, so kung titingnan nyo, makikita nyo dyan si negative 2, 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 10, hanggang negative infinity. So, kuhanin na lang natin si negative 10. Pwede naman, oh. So, pwede naman si negative 2. Si negative 10 lang ang gusto kong gamitin. Sa region 2 naman, makikita mo na nandun si 0. So, 0 na lang kukunin ko para mabilis akong mag-decide mamaya. Sa region 3 naman, makikita mo dyan si positive 2, si positive 3, and so on. So, kukuhanin ko na lang si positive 10. Okay. So, next, meron tayong next row, yung numerator. Susunod, yung denominator. And for the last row, yung whole rational expression. So, sa numerator, kung ang numerator mo ay negative 10, ano kaya mangyayari dito? So, i-check natin. Okay, so kung ang numerator nyo ay negative 10, what will happen? So, negative 10, ito kasi yung numerator, no? Negative 10 minus 1, negative 11. Since ito ay table of sign, yung sign lang kukunin natin. So, negative sign. When x is 0, what will happen to the numerator? That is 0 minus 1, negative 1. So, negative. When your x is positive 10, what will happen to the numerator? 10 minus 1, positive 9. So, this is positive. Okay? So, ganun rin gagawin natin sa denominator. Dito naman ako mag-work. So, ang denominator natin is x plus 1, no? So, when x is negative 10 plus 1 will be negative 9. So, negative. When x is 0, x plus 1, 0 plus 1, that is positive 1. When x is positive 10, so 10 plus 1 equals 11. So, positive. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa whole rational expression. Ang gagawin lang natin, di-divide na lang natin to. So, negative divided by negative is positive. Negative divided by negative is negative. Positive divided by positive is positive. And then, we can now go to our last step. Okay? So, in our last step, anong gagawin natin? We are going to decide for the right values. Okay, so erase ko muna to. Okay, so in deciding for the right values, titingnan nyo yung pinaka given nating inequality. So sa given nating inequality, ang whole rational expression daw natin ay greater or equal to 0. So ano-ano ba yung mga greater or equal to 0? Yung greater to 0 ay yun yung mga positive numbers. So, therefore, kukuha natin lahat ng mga positive dito sa bandang baba. Okay? At tatapat ito sa region 1 and region 3. So, ang region 1 ay ito at ito. So, ito yung ating mga values ng x doon sa rational inequality. So, paano natin i-express ito? Gagamitan natin ngayon ng interval notation. Kaya napaka-importante na marunong kayong gumamit or mag-express ng values of x in interval notation. So, paano ulit yun? We will always start from the left, going to the right. So, from left, mag-i-start saan? Negative infinity. So, the answer will be, sa negative infinity, mag-i-stop sa negative 1. Kasama ba si negative 1? No, kasi broken line ito. Hindi yung kasama. So, parenthesis. Ma-stop siya at magtutuloy na naman siya mula sa positive 1 kasama si positive 1, no? Okay? Going to positive infinity. So, positive infinity. So, ito na yung ating answer. So, lahat ng numbers na less than negative 1 at lahat ng numbers na greater or equal to positive 1. Bibigay ako ng isang method pa. Tingnan nyo kung mas okay yun sa inyo. Okay, so ito yung another method on how we are going to solve this kind of rational inequality. So, first step, same pa rin ang gagawin natin. Gagawin natin tong monomial at ito ay 0. So, ilipat muna natin ito. So, we have 2x over x plus 1 minus 1 is greater or equal to 0. So, this is over 1. The LCD is x plus 1. X plus 1 divided by x plus 1 is 1 times 2x is still 2x. Minus x plus 1 divided by 1 is x plus 1 times 1 is x plus 1. Lagyan ng parenthesis. Dahil mag-multiply tayo dito. So, that will become 2x, negative x, negative 1 all over x plus 1 greater or equal to 0 parehas. Simplify natin, that is x minus 1 all over x plus 1 is greater or equal to 0. Okay, so next, same pa rin, we will find the critical numbers. Yung numerator is x minus 1 equals 0. So that is x equals 1. Yung kabila naman, the denominator is x plus 1 equals 0. Your x is negative 1. So, our rational expression here will become 0 when x is 1. Our rational expression here will become undefined when x equals negative 1. So, next, halos parehas naman siya ng step, no? We will now draw the number line. Again, yung critical numbers natin, we have 1 and negative 1. So, this is the 0, the positive 1, and the negative 1. O kaya, hanap tayo ng mga points na under dito sa lugar na to, sa region na to. Let's say negative 2. So, check natin kung ito ba ay true or false. When your x is negative 2, magiging negative 2 minus 1 all over negative 2 plus 1. Greater or equal to 0 ba yan? So, this is negative 3 over negative 1. Greater or equal to 0 na ba yan? If you will divide, 3 is greater or equal to 0. So, this is true dahil 3 is greater than 0. So, this is true. Lahat ng number going to the right, true yan. So, i-shade natin, no? Since true naman yan. Pero hindi kasama si negative 1. Kasi kung negative 1 ang x mo, magiging ganun siya, undefined siya, no? Next, kuha tayo ng number under this region. So, that is 0. When x is 0, that will become, substitute na natin, no? 0 minus 1, negative 1. Over 0 plus 1 is positive 1. Greater or equal to 0 ba yan? When you will divide them, negative 1 is greater or equal to 0. This is not true. This is false. So, hindi natin kukuhanin yung mga number under dito. Let's go to the third. Hatiin natin siya, no? Hatiin. Yan. Let's go to the third. Kuha tayo ng number na nandito sa lugar na to. Let's say positive 2, let's say positive 5. When x is 5, 5 minus 1, 4. Over 5 plus 1, 6. Greater or equal to 0 ba yan? That is 2/3. Okay, yes. Basta mag-positive lang to. Okay na eh. True na siya eh. Kasi greater or equal to 0. So, therefore, ito yung ating solutions. Dalawa sila, no? So, marunong na kayo mag-express niyan using interval notation, di ba? So, tulad nung ginawa natin kanina, your x is starting from left to right, negative infinity, mag-stop sa positive, mag-stop sa negative 1, but negative 1 is not included. And the union of, mag-start ulit dito sa positive 1, but this time kasama na siya, going to the positive infinity. So, kahit anong number daw na nandito sa lugar na to at lugar na yan, this will become a true inequality. Pero kung ito ay walang equal, naka-broken line lang ito, at ito ay circle lang, walang shade, at ito ay parenthesis. So, kapag wala siyang equal. Paano ngayon kung ito ay less than? So, tingnan natin. Okay, yung ating rational expression dito ay parehas, pero yung inequality symbol natin ay naging less than. So, paano natin kaya makikita yung solution niyan? So, again, the critical numbers, we have 1 and we have negative 1. So, sa numerator, magsi-0 siya kapag ka ang x is 1. Magiging undefined naman ang rational expression kapag ka ang x mo ay negative 1. So, let's plot the critical numbers on the number line. So, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, and this is negative 1. So, hatiin natin. So, when x is negative 1, magiging negative 2 over 0 less than equal to 0. So, undefined na to. Therefore, hindi ito kasama. Okay? Next. So, open lang yan. Open. The next one is when x is 1, magiging 1 minus 1 is 0 over 2. 0 over 2 is less than or equal to 0. This is true since meron siyang equal dito. So, therefore, kasama to. And yung circle niya is shaded. Okay? So, now, we will now test. Hatiin natin, no? Hati natin. We will now test when x is, let's say, negative 3. When x is negative 3, what will happen? That is negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. Negative 3 plus 1, negative 2. Is this less than or equal to 0? Divide. This is positive 2, less than or equal to 0. Is this true? This is false. This time, that's false. Now, when x is 0, dito sa second region natin, when x is 0, that is 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 0 plus 1 is positive 1, less than or equal to 0. So, negative 1 is less than or equal to 0. Is this true or false? This is true. So, therefore, under this region, number 2, dito sa lugar na to, lahat ng numbers ay magiging, lahat ng value ni x ay nandirito. Ano-ano yan? Example niyan, negative 1/2, positive 1/2, positive 1/4, negative 1/4, negative 0.999, positive 0.999, positive 0.75, negative 0.75. So, marami yun, no? So, next, test naman natin dito. When x is, let's say, 4. Positive 4, no? When x is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 plus 1 is 5. Is this less than or equal to 0? So, this is false. Kasi, mataas sa 0 ang 3 over 5, di ba? So, this is not included. Ito lang yung true. So, how will you express your answer using interval notation? From left to right, from left, mag-umpisa dito sa negative 1. But, negative 1 is not included. Papunta dito sa positive 1. But, positive 1 is included this time. Kasi naka-shade na siya. So, ito na yung ating answer. The values of x are greater than negative 1 but less than or equal to positive 1. So, in interval notation, ganito siya. Okay? So, paano kapag walang equal sign dito? Magiging wala lang siyang shape. Open circle lang rin siya. Okay, another example. We have 3 over x minus 2 is greater than 1 over x. So again, monomial siya sa left, pero 0 sa right. Monomial naman siya dito, pero hindi siya 0. So ilipat muna natin siya. That will become 3 over x minus 2. Magiging negative na yan. 1 over x greater than 0. Okay? So, naka-0 na siya, but hindi siya monomial. Combine natin. So, the LCD of these two, pagsamahin lang natin, that is x times x minus 2. So, the LCD divided by the x minus 2, makakancel yung x minus 2, matitira si x. Then, x times 3, that is 3x. Minus, okay. Ito, i-divide ko rito, parehas siya makakancel, no? May iwan si x minus 2. And x minus 2 times 1 is still x minus 2 greater than 0. Okay, the next thing is to simplify. Multiply natin to. So, 3x, negative times positive is negative x. Negative times positive, at negative times negative is positive 2 all over x times x minus 2 greater than 0. Okay? So, simplify lang natin to. That is 3x minus x is 2x plus 2 all over x times x minus 2 greater than 0. Okay, so nakamonomial na siya, di ba? One term lang kasi yan. And then this is already 0. So we can now solve for the critical numbers. So to do that, yung numerator natin, 2x plus 2 equals 0. Yung denominator natin, x times x minus 2 equals 0. So ang ating rational expression ay magiging 0 kapag nakuha natin yung value ng x dito. At magiging undefined kung ano mang value ng x na makukuha natin dito. So, let us solve first dito sa 0. Sa numerator, that is, lipat mo lang to, 2x equals negative 2. Dapat x lang, alisin to, buburahin ba? Divide by 2. Cancel, so that is x equals to negative 1. So, our rational expression here will become 0 when x equals negative 1. Ayaw nyo ba maniwala? O sige, testingin natin. So, we have 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. O, 0 agad siya. Over. So, whatever value of x here, aside from 0, magiging 0 na siya. Check natin. When x is negative 1, negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. So, still, magiging 0 siya. So, 0 nga yan. So, let us find the values of x para maging undefined naman ito. Kasi doon natin malalaman kung included or not, no? So, let us solve. How are we going to solve this kind of equation? It involves quadratic equation, no? So, naka-factor out naman na siya. So, madadalian lang tayong mag-solve. So, using the zero product property, nihiwalay lang yan. That will be x equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. So, okay na to. Yung isa naman, solve na natin. That is x equals 2. So, tatlo ngayon ang critical numbers. Isa, negative 1 will become 0 doon. Dalawa namang values para maging undefined siya. Okay? So, when x is 0, that is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Over 0 times negative 2 is 0. So, undefined siya. When x is positive 2, magiging 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0 pa rin. So, undefined siya kapag ka 0 and positive 2. So, let us now draw or let us plot this on a number line. Ito yung mga critical numbers natin. Okay, so, ito na yung number line. Ito yung mga critical numbers natin. Let us plot all of this on the number line. So, 0 is at the middle. Negative 1 is on the left side. And then, positive 2 is on the right side of 0. Ito yung magiging undefined natin. Ito yung magiging 0 natin. So, check natin. When x is negative 1, so negative 1 magiging 0 siya. So, ito ay magiging 0. Is 0 greater than 0? True or false? That is false. Unless meron siyang equal dito. Since wala naman, hindi kasama si negative 1. So, that is a broken line and an open circle. I-open ko siya dito, ha. Okay. Next. So, when x is 0 and positive 2, magiging undefined. So, automatically, they are not included. So, open circle. And open lang ito. So, alisin natin ito para hindi tayo, para makita natin na sila talaga ay hindi included. Okay, so as what you can see, we can form 4 regions. Region 2, Region 3, and Region 4. Gagamitin kong method, yung isang method na hindi na ako magde-draw ng table of size. O kukuha tayo ng number under the region, hatiin muna natin, no? Kuha tayo ng number under region 1, that is, let's say, negative 5. Ang x natin is negative 5, substitute natin sa x, check natin kung magiging true or false. So, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 plus 2 all over. So, negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Negative 7 times negative 5 is positive 35. So, this is negative 8 over 35. So, is this greater than 0? False. So, therefore, this is not included. Okay? Next. So, under the region 2, kuha tayo ng, let's say, negative 1/2. So, when x is negative 1/2, what will happen? So, 2 times negative 1/2 plus 2. So, all over, negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 minus 2. So, ilan to? So, this is negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Since pwede naman makancel to, no? So, that is negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So, dito naman, negative 2, negative 1/2 minus 2 is negative multiplied by negative 1/2. So, negative times negative is positive. So, magiging positive na siya talaga. So, ang positive number ba is greater than 0? Yes. So, therefore, this is true. So, therefore, this is one of the solutions. Ito yung isa sa mga region na kasama sa solution natin. Hindi kasama si negative 1 and except din kay 0. Let's go to the region 3. Kuha tayo ng number under region 3, that is positive 1. So, positive 1, when x is positive 1, that is 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 is 4. When x is 1 again, that is 1 times negative 2 is negative 1. 1 times 1, negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. So, magiging negative number na yan. Negative number is that greater than 0? That is false. So, hindi siya kasama. Next, let's go to the fourth region. Let us use 3. Pwede naman 4, 5, 6, and so on. When x is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. Over 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is positive 3. So, positive number siya. Is that greater than 0? Yes. So, therefore, this is true. So, all of the numbers under the region 4 is included to our solution. Now, let us express our answer using interval notation. Again, from left to right, sa mag-start? Sa negative 1. Is that included? No. Sa negative 1, then parenthesis. Mag-stop until 0. Is that included yung 0? No. And, mag-stop siya rito, walang shade kasi, pero mag-start na naman dito sa 2, where 2 is not included, until positive infinity. So, yun siya nung dalawang region, region 2 and region 4. So, this will be our final answer. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoy our topic about solving rational inequality. And before I end up my video, I would like to give my special thanks to Mr. Eldren Delican, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye!